So the data processing agreements and your relationship with your partners and customers, it's the most important thing, because in order to sell your product, you need to, if you are in B2B space, you need to have a data processing agreement with your customer. They will demand that to you. Typically, it's your duty to offer one, but they may ask you to fill out their template. That happens more and more because it's easier for them to check how you manage their data. That's the practice. But you need to be able to establish that discussion, that negotiation on how the data is going to be managed. What can you do? Can you use the data for your own interest, for example, improving your algorithms, or sharing your data, creating an anonymous data set for some reuse, reselling, or perhaps getting value of this data. So this is a discussion that needs to happen in this instance on data processing agreements with your customers. At the same time, you need to have data processing agreements with your providers. And classical provider that all companies have is a cloud provider or hosting provider. You need to have a data processing agreement with them. That's easy because all cloud providers or hosting providers are very professional on that. They provide you a good data processing agreement standard. The tricky part is when you want to work with somebody providing a medical device or a piece of a solution for your final solution, something like more specific, or perhaps a startup providing another solution that you embed and you use. In this case, it can happen that these companies don't have a data processing agreement, and that it's very hard to get one from them. We had cases of our customers, startups, who were struggling in getting a data processing agreement from their customers, from their providers, partners. So that is a challenge to manage, and perhaps in some cases you just need to quit collaborating with certain providers because they are not going to sign this document, which is essential for establishing a chain of responsibility. Remember, that the ones that are engaging with the end users are going to be fined. They need to pay the fine, but those behind are responsible perhaps for the hack or for the data loss and so on. So you need to have this chain of responsibility, and the responsible company needs to pay for the misconduction, right? So that data processing agreements are the most important part. The data controller, the entity in front of the end users, is going to have a privacy policy. So not a data processing agreement, but a privacy policy and terms and conditions with the end user. So it's the only party that doesn't have data processing agreements.